Hey travelers, welcome back. This is Laura and we're Laura's Travel Talk. Today we're continuing in our 50 US states, one state a week, and today we'll be looking at Delaware, the first state. Delaware has a lot of interesting little facts to look at, but the first thing that hits me is that Delaware only has 3 counties. I mean, come on, even Rhode Island has 5. Good Lord. So Delaware has 3 counties, Newcastle, Kent, and Sussex. So let's take a look at it. Well, let's start off with a little bit of history about Delaware. Delaware was the first state to ratify the U.S. Constitution on December 7, 1787, and that's what earned them their nickname, the first state. So Delaware is also the home to Old Newcastle. Historic Old Newcastle is where William Penn first set foot in America in 1682. The cobblestone streets and the colonial architecture kind of make it feel like a step back in time. So next, let's take a look at Fort Delaware. Situated on Pea Patch Island in the middle of the Delaware River, Fort Delaware was initially constructed in the mid-1800s to protect Wilmington and Philadelphia from enemy attack. Fort Delaware served that role through World War I. The fort was among the most state-of-the-art in the nation when it was completed and housed prisoners of war during the Civil War due to its relative isolation. Now you can take paranormal tours, and those are offered in the fall, and you can also take living history tours year-round. We'll take a look at the Dover Air Force Base. The Dover Air Force Base has a very important role. It is the military mortuary, and it was established in 1955. To honor the fallen, an elite unit at Dover Air Force Base in Delaware welcomes the bodies of U.S. military personnel who are killed in America's wars. This mission is to provide dignity, honor, and respect to fallen soldiers by preparing them to be returned to their families. You've probably seen photos or video footage of the solemn and sobering ceremonies as soldiers' remains in flag-draped transfer cases are carried across the Dover tarmac from Air Force cargo planes, often passing a row of dignitaries and grieving families. My husband was stationed at Dover Air Base in the early 80s, and we went out and took a tour, and it is pretty interesting. Okay, so I got through that last part, and those of you who know me know I had a hard time getting through that one without getting choked up. So we will go to something a little more uplifting as we salute off the military. And we will talk about Rehoboth Beach. This is one of Delaware's top destinations, and it's known as the nation's summer capital, as it shows on the sign. It's got a great boardwalk, and it's got boutique shops. It's got a family-friendly vibe. It's got that candy kitchen. It's got saltwater taffy, a great Ferris wheel. However, look at how crowded that beach is on a hot summer day. Whoo! Get you a spot and don't move. Next, let's take a look at Cape Henlopen State Park. This looks like a very inviting spot for nature lovers who can enjoy Cape Henlopen State Park because you can hike, you can bike, you can just relax out on the sandy beaches. It looks very pleasant, and you can see the boardwalks that are built there for strolling through and hiking, and you can get a great sunrise there. So don't also miss the historic World War II observation towers that are at Cape Henlopen State Park. Next up is the Nemers Estate. For a touch of European elegance, visit the Nemers Estate in Wilmington. This French-style mansion is surrounded by stunning gardens and reflects the opulence of the early 20th century. It was built in 1909 by Alfred I. DuPont as a gift for his second wife, Alicia, with no expense spared. It's a 47,000 square foot home with 102 rooms that are all furnished and full of classic over-the-top decorations, fashionable for the period. Okay, so this is fun. Did you know that Delaware has tax-free shopping? Oh yeah. It's a tax-free shopping haven. You can head over to the Dover Mall, the Tanger Outlets, the Independence Mall, Christiana Mall, or you can just go to some of these quaint little shops. I put the picture of the Penny Lane Mall, which looks absolutely fantastic to me. That looks like my jam. So get over there to some of these little shops for some guilt-free retail therapy. Next up, for outdoor adventures, head over to Brandywine Valley. Even look at that Brandywine Creek there. It's perfect for canoeing, kayaking, or simply enjoying the picturesque scenery. And I put a few pictures in there of some wilderness canoe trips that they'll take you out on. There's a covered bridge. You can go on a big group expedition. It looks like a fabulous day out. So you can hop on over to Wilmington and you can go see the Delaware Art Museum. Art enthusiasts will love the Delaware Art Museum. It features the largest collection of illustrations by Howard Pyle, the father of American illustration. And that looks pretty gorgeous. Well, that's going to do it for our look at Delaware, the first state. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for watching. I appreciate your participation. And I will post weekly a new state, so hopefully the state you're looking for is coming up soon. And in the meantime, go do some tax-free shopping.